All right, everyone, welcome to our webinar for today, live streaming for real estate in partnership with SDAR. I'm really excited to share on this topic. It's one of my favorite topics to talk about because it is one of the tools for social media that really can help you elevate your real estate business, yet most people don't know about it or they don't know how to use it. So I'll be going over step by step how to eliminate the intimidation factor of going live. I know a lot of people don't go live because they feel afraid or they don't want to mess up. They just don't know how. So we're here to make it as easy as possible for you to go live. Also, we'll make it fun and profitable. So if you guys are tuning in, if you are able to mute yourself, otherwise I'm going to mute all. I hear a little bit of background noise. We want to make sure that we get the recording so that people can watch after. So I went ahead and muted everyone. But if you do want to chime in or want to give time for interaction, feel free to unmute yourself. If you've been to my webinars before, you know that my webinars are very interactive. I don't want to just be talking to you. I want you to be involved and engaged in the content that makes it easier for you to apply what we're learning. So I might take the time to ask you guys to share your insight, give some feedback and ask questions. Make sure you're participating to really make this webinar a fun experience. Again, I know we're all zoomed out, so I try to add a little bit of interaction and engagement in these online sessions. So first, are you guys able to see my screen okay? We're going to use the chat box a lot. So if I were to type in the chat, type in yes, if you can see the screen, and I'll be monitoring the chat in case there's any questions as well. So it looks like yes. All right. So glad you guys can see the screen. And the place that I go live most on is on Facebook. So if you guys are on Facebook, feel free to take out your phone right now and connect with me. My page is Marketing Melody. If you go ahead and like the page, if you haven't already, you'll periodically see me go live on there. I also have a whole playlist of live videos that I've created. I also have the same username on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, feel free to follow me on Instagram right now. I do some Instagram lives. However, Instagram, I use it more for personal. So you'll see a combination of personal and business things, but go ahead and connect with me on Facebook if we're not connected. And then I will go ahead and make sure that you guys can see some of the live video content that I'm doing. I have a handful more people that are just tuning in right now. So let me let those people in from the waiting room. So let's see, who do we have so I can welcome everyone. Welcome to Tim, Bridget, and then we have someone that says they're tuned in from a Galaxy S9 Plus. It doesn't say your name. So mystery person, if you want to let us know who your name is or change your name on the screen, then we can give you a shout out. So our official welcome today, I want to ask a few questions. And for those of you chiming in just now, I mentioned before that this is going to be an interactive session. I want it to be fun and engaging so that you're not just looking at me talking the whole time. So go ahead and utilize the chat box so we can really be able to communicate with each other. Type in the chat box just so I get an idea where you're tuning in from today. So I'm in my office in San Diego. It's located in Mission Valley, which is very central. Where are you guys tuning in from today? Are you in your car? Are you on the go? I see someone's in Carlsbad. Let's see. I see who else? Where else are you guys tuning in from? Most of the people here are San Diego, it looks like. Point Loma, we have Vista. So we have all across the San Diego home office in Oceanside, says Allie. All right, awesome. Happy to see that we have people from all over tuning in. Now, this is a question I like to ask in my webinars because I know that the past year, over a year, we have really been missing live in-person networking events. At the in-person events, you get that handshake, you get that hug, and you get to really communicate with people to find out what they're looking for. So I want you to type in the chat box, what are you looking for? This doesn't have to be anything related to real estate. Maybe you want a referral for something. Maybe you are looking for someone to paint your home. Maybe you do have a buyer need or a seller that you're looking for something for. Type in what you're looking for. It could be maybe a referral. For example, my daughter is looking for swim lessons. I would be asking for a referral for toddler swim lessons. Anything that you might be looking for. Last time we did this, I had someone that was looking for some sort of attorney and someone else in the comments connected them. So whatever you might be looking for, type it in the chat box. This is my way of creating some networking opportunities for the webinars, because again, we're missing that in-person connection. But if you type in what you're looking for, and if you look at the chat and you see that someone else is looking for something that you might have an answer to, feel free to chime in, message them, and you can connect that way. Maggie says, I'm just looking to stay top of social media and marketing trends. Well, this is the right place to do that. So thank you for tuning in here. This is definitely the place we will be talking about staying on top of the trends. All right, anyone else feel free to type in the chat what you are looking for. And then the third question that I have as we get the welcome and I'm still letting people in the webinar is, what are you hoping to get out of marketing with live video? So this webinar is all about using live video. Let me know what you'd like to gain out of it. Maybe it's just to get under your comfort zone. Maybe it's to get more clients, or maybe you're trying to build your brand in a certain way. So what are you hoping to get out of marketing with live video? Let me know in the comments. I'm happy to read some of them off, and we'll also touch on some of those points throughout the webinar. So keep in mind, the more you interact and engage in the webinar, the more tailored and custom it'll be for your needs. Bridget says, I just need to get into the habit of doing it more consistently. I love that. And I usually always have a quote in my webinars that I took out this time because I changed it, is that you want to be consistent, and really consistency is key. Consistency is more important than posting every single day for a week and then not posting for a few weeks. Even if you're posting once a week or once a month, but you're consistent with it, that will really make a difference. Donald says live stream is a trend. Is the trend? Yes, it is definitely right now trending, and especially with COVID, people are going live more than ever before. And then we get someone who says learning to get comfortable with live streaming. So this is the perfect place for that. Again, my goal is to eliminate the intimidation factor of going live. Now, I have noticed that a lot of people do have these fancy live streams. So you might feel intimidated when you see someone logging on. They have a fancy setup. They have all these lights and equipment. That's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about how to go live from the basics to make it as easy as possible so that we don't run into any barriers. We don't run into you saying, you know what, I can't go live because I don't have lighting. I can't go live because I don't have the right equipment. We'll go through the easy ways to get started. A couple people were answering where they're from. Albert's also in Mission Valley, so we are neighbors. Lou says he is in Oceanside. All right, so you know what, does anyone know how to get rid of this line? There's some line here in the middle of my screen. I don't know if you guys see that yellow line right there. That may have been an accident. If anyone knows how to get rid of that line, let me know. I thought it was something on my computer, but now I'm seeing that it was, let's see, it looks like I have an eraser here. Maybe the eraser will work. Oh, there we go. I got it. So I must have accidentally hit something to draw that yellow line. This is the nature of Zoom technology, right? Oh, all right, so that line is back. Let me see if I can erase it again. So Linda's question was, do you need a selfie stick? I'll go through the equipment that you'll need, the basic equipment soon. Are you guys able to hear me? Because it looks like, I feel like my internet is cutting out or freezing or some point. All right, let me see if I can get out of here. Let me double check my internet connection right now, because for some reason it's not moving, or something froze with my computer. So if I have to log off, I'm going to log back on. There we go. All right. I think it's working now. Let me share the screen again. All right. I think we're good to go now. I had to kind of restart something there. Sometimes it happens with different technology. Okay. So let's go ahead and get back into the chat to interact. Type these in the chat box. if you have experienced this or if it relates to you. Type in any of these numbers or all of these numbers, and that's okay if you type in all of them. So type in number 1 if you've never created a live video before. If that's you, type in number 1. Again, nothing to be ashamed of. That's why we're all here to learn. If you've never done it before, type in number 1. Lou says he's never done it. Gina says she's never done it. April says she's never done it before. All right, next. Type in the number 2 if you have created live videos, but you don't have a consistent strategy. So if you have before, but you're not consistent with it, type in the number 2. Bridget, and that's was something that she mentioned before. Ashley says number 2. Tim says number 1. All right, let's see number 3. Number 3, this can apply to everyone. Type in number 3 if you want to create more live videos with confidence. Okay, so this is not going live and say, oh, I don't want to mess up. Oh, you know, my hair's messed up, or oh, like I don't have the right lighting or equipment. If you want to create more live videos with confidence, type in number 3, and I see almost everyone's typing in the number 3. So I love that. So this is definitely the place for you. If you typed in any or all of these numbers, Allie says 2 and 3. So a lot of you have done live videos, but you want to be more consistent. And then a lot of you haven't, but you also want to be more confident going into it. So here's some fun facts I wanted to show about live video, just to keep this in perspective. So next time you are thinking about going live, but you decide not to, just think about how it really is something that you can use to grow your real estate business. Again, maybe not everyone here is in real estate, but these stats apply to any business. This was taken from the website HubSpot, and these are stats from 2021, I believe. So it's probably 2020 because they were releasing it in 2021. 82% of people prefer live video from a brand over standard social media posts. Okay, so it looks like people are more interested in watching a video than a regular link or a photo post from a brand. 67% of audiences who watch a live stream event will purchase a ticket to a similar event. Now, this is important because it shows that live streaming is something that helps encourage people to take action to buy. Okay, in real estate, it's a little bit different because your transaction is a large transaction and it takes place over time. It's not just like someone clicks on a button and they buy a home. But this goes to show that people do buy, and they do have that mindset of buying from others that they see on live video, because it creates that trust factor. When you're going live, people tend to trust you because they see what's really happening behind the scenes, and they're able to see, hey, you know what, there's a human side of their brand. And the last fact here, 80% of people would rather watch a live video from a brand than read a blog. How many of you might agree with this, that you don't want to read really long blog posts anymore, that you'd rather just watch a quick 3, 4, 5-minute video or even 10-minute video than read a really long blog post? I see Albert's giving me the thumbs up, so I like that. So keep those stats in mind. And then also keep in mind, if you've been to my webinars before, that my goal isn't to have you do everything. My goal is to have you implement maybe 1 or 2 things right now. For me, that stands for no opportunity wasted, right? Now, no opportunity wasted. And then I want to share my own quote. And I was reminded of this quote by someone posting a video of me at a speaking engagement that I did in February of last year before everything shut down. This is a quote that I've said myself, and I really do believe, and it's, you are your best marketing asset. So a lot of people come to me and they say, you know what, I don't want to market myself. I don't want to seem like I'm promotional, but there's no one who can market you better than you, right? You can have someone do your marketing, you can hire someone, but you really are the best person to advocate for your business, for your brand, for your real estate company. No one else is going to do that better than you. So the first thing that you want to do when you're getting into live video is you want to decide on a style of video to create. That way you're more organized. That way you're not stuck saying, you know what, I have to go live. What should I go live about? That tends to be a paralyzing factor for people. I call it, you know, analysis paralysis, where you're analyzing things too much and you don't end up doing it. So I always say done is better than perfect. So decide on a live video style and then go with that and try to be consistent with it. So there are a few ways to go live that you can do that might be more organized and helpful for you. So I'll share a few styles. So one is to make an educational video. This tends to be the style that I go with. This is me sitting down, having a chat and saying, hey, today I'm going to teach you the top 3 tips on what you need to do to build your Instagram following. Okay, so it's educational. Or, hey, I'm going to do a live video today on the top 3 things that you need to do today to get started with live video. And then it's just me having a chat and talking about these tips. Second thing is interviews. Interviews are great because now you're bringing someone else on to your video and the onus isn't all on you, right? You have another person to bounce ideas off of, to talk with, and it also helps you promote your audience because they're now sharing it to their audience. So interviews are great. I've seen some people interview local businesses. So if you specialize in real estate in a certain area, maybe you work in Lakeside, maybe once a week or once a month, you're interviewing a local business owner in Lakeside. And that way you're showcasing the neighborhood, you are actively engaging in the community, but you're not necessarily just pushing, hey, come buy real estate from me. Interviews are great that way. Another thing that might work well is demo videos and live demo videos. So this works more for someone who's selling a product. So for example, if I have this water bottle here and I want to demonstrate how to use it, I might make a live video saying, here you have this lid and you have this top thing, and go through how to use this water bottle step by step. So demo videos, again, work really well if you have a product that you are promoting. And this one works really well for real estate. It's live tours. How many of you have done a live video tour? Maybe you're at an open house, or maybe you're showcasing houses. Has anyone ever done a live tour before on a property that they might be listing or selling or doing an open house for? Let me know if you have. So live tours for real estate work really well because they showcase the behind the scenes of what people might be looking for, and they really showcase the house that you're showing that you might be selling or doing an open house for. A few things to keep in mind when you do a tour is that you do need to have good lighting, and you do need to make sure that you're not panning too quickly so you can't see things. I always recommend holding the screen for a tour, doing it this horizontal way so you can actually really see the full scope of the room. If you're holding it this way, the vertical way, you're missing a lot of things on the side. So I always recommend doing the tours in a certain way. All right, so let's see, live video styles. Does anyone feel like they might choose one of these styles? Type in the chat and let me know if you feel like you might choose one of these styles to go with for your live video. But I do recommend choosing one, starting with that, and then you can do a few videos with that style. All right, you guys are a quiet bunch today, so let me know in the comments so that I can make sure we're going through everything that we want. I see people still jumping in the waiting room, so Alex says, is there an issue with Facebook Live where you hold the phone horizontal? Lou says educational, Donald says tours, I love it. So when you're going on Facebook Live, you have to start out the video with the phone horizontally. It doesn't let you start out this way. Oh, it's hard to see with my background. It doesn't let you start out holding it this way and then turn it. It'll make it so that people are upside down. So you have to start out this way if you want it to go this way the whole time. So that might be, I hope that answers your question, but sometimes people forget and they'll start doing it this way where they're holding it like this, and then all of a sudden they turn it and then people get turned upside down. With this background, it's hard for me to show my phone here. So now that we know the different styles that I've shared, I would choose one. I see people are already choosing. Alex is good to know. I've had trouble with that before. Yes, you have to start it out horizontal. And even when you're typing in the content, you can type the content holding it this way because it's easier to type this way, but then switch it over and make sure that you see that the screen switches before you go live. Now, there is a setting on some iPhones that locks the screen. So if you're not able to switch, just check your settings and make it so you can change the screen direction. So that's something with the iPhone. Sometimes they have the screen where it's locked where you can't switch it. So let's talk about things that you need to do to get started. These are things that are going to help you be more confident with live video. They're going to help you not feel as intimidated when you go live. And they're really going to help you be more professional on camera, even though it is a live video. I want to talk about equipment because we had a couple questions about equipment. Now, you have probably seen some people with live videos where they have all these things on the screen that pop up. It looks really professional. There's a nice background. So you don't have to worry about that to go live. Going live, it can be simple and easy. And that's what I want you guys to know, is that you don't have to have all this fancy equipment or these expensive programs to go live. Here are the basic things that you need to have to go live. You want to have a stable internet connection. You can go live on your computer also and on your phone, but you want to make sure that when you're going live, especially if it's on your phone, okay, you don't want to be in a place where the Wi-Fi is cutting in and out, or you don't really have data. So you want to make sure that you test that out, especially if you are doing a live video tour. If you know that you don't have connection in a place that you're doing a tour, and maybe you're all the way up in, I don't know, somewhere in Oceanside and there's not good connection somewhere. See if you can connect to a Wi-Fi if possible. You always want to make sure you have good internet connection. If you don't, it's going to make the video cut in and out, and that immediately will deteriorate the value of your video. And I just read a stat yesterday when I was doing my research for this presentation. Within 90 seconds, if the quality of video isn't good, the person will tune completely out. So people won't watch again and they feel like it's cutting out or the lighting's bad. So you really have a couple minutes to engage people with that good connection and the quality of video. Okay, stable internet connection is key. Next, you want to make sure that if you're not doing a tour, that you have a tripod. Let me show you an example right here. So this is a basic tripod. This cost me, I believe, $20 on Amazon. It's hard to see here with my background. It's a $20 link. Let me give you guys a link right here. This is a link to my Amazon store, so I'm having a hard time showing it. You can have a fancier one. Actually, I'll put the link at the end, so I'll put the link later. You can have a fancier one, but this one, again, hard to see because of the way it's set up, is $20 on Amazon. And I've had this for years. I bring it with me in my computer bag, and whenever I need to make a video, I pop it up. The reason you want to get a tripod is because you don't want to have to hold your phone up. Your hands get shaky, right? So you don't want to rely on that. You also don't want to rely on someone holding the camera for you because their hands are shaking around and you don't know if you have someone there. And even if you are doing the tours, the tripod is great. So you have something stable to hold onto rather than trying to hold your phone. So I recommend a basic tripod to get started. Again, you can get bigger, fancier ones. I do have a really large one that I use, but when I'm on the go, this basic $20 one from Amazon works just great. And the third thing is that you want to have good lighting. So I mentioned earlier that the quality of video does matter. If you have a really low quality video, people will not tune in. So the lighting is key to making sure that you're clear, you have a bright face, and that you're easy on the eyes to watch. So some things to keep in mind and some things to avoid. You don't want to have a window behind you. So a window behind you means that people are looking into the light and it's going to be hard to see you. You want to have a window in front of you. I do have a window in front of me here. You can't see it, but the best lighting is natural light with a window in front of you, and good lighting is going to be really key for people to see you clearly. You can't always have good lighting from natural sources though. And that's where I recommend also another piece of equipment, and that is a little ring light here. This is also a very small basic one. I also have a really large one that was over $100. This one I believe was $20 or $30 also on Amazon, and it has a little stand here as well. So these are basic things that you can do to get started. If you don't have natural lighting, a ring light will help you bring out that natural lighting or help make you more clear on camera. One thing to avoid, some people don't know, is sometimes you might have light above you. So if you have some sort of sunroof or lighting above you and that light's shining on your face, that also makes it difficult for people to see you because now you're drowning yourself out with the light. So good lighting is key. Best is natural light sitting in front of a window, which is completely free. Second best thing, if you can't have that, is to have a ring light. Now, if you're doing a live video tour, make sure you do a walkthrough of the home to check the lighting in all the rooms before you go live. So if you're going to a bathroom area and you know that the lighting's bad, maybe skip that area. Focus on highlighting the areas with great natural lighting or areas that you can turn the light on. You don't want to be doing a tour and then all of a sudden you're in a dark room where no one can see anything. And the last thing to keep in mind is your background. So this means background noise and also what's behind you. If you're going live and you're in a place that has construction or it has a lot of stuff going on, then consider doing it somewhere else because people will want to be able to hear you. That's a key role in that quality video as well, is the sound quality. So the background can also be something that you find a lot of movement, and that's also something to avoid. So if you have kids running around in the background or there's pets running around, when you have things moving in the background, that takes the attention away from people looking at you and listening to your content. So having something such as a solid background works great. If you're on your computer and you want to go live like this, maybe just a screen, like I have this is a picture in Big Bear that I took. We have a home in Big Bear, so I took a picture and put it on the screen here in the background. Sometimes you might have a bookshelf. Sometimes you might be outdoors where there's some natural greenery, which works well. Tim mentioned there are video stabilizing apps for iPhones and Androids. Yes, that is correct. There are apps that have stabilizers, which help you have a more clear picture, so you're not kind of moving all around. You can also purchase an additional stabilizer, but since we're trying to keep it simple, I want to go with just the basics, which is the tripod and the lighting. But there are definitely apps that are stabilizers that you can have a set up in advance on your phone. So thank you so much for sharing that, Tim. Okay, so now that we have the basic equipment, does anyone already have that equipment? Do you think you're going to get it? Let me know what you think about the equipment. Does that sound easy enough for you to get started? I'm not talking about big studio lighting. I'm not talking about having to buy, big background setup. So Bridget says yes. Everyone's just saying yes. So that's all you need. Okay, your phone, good lighting, possibly a tripod and light ring, depending. All right, let's go to preparing. April says, I have it all plus a stabilizer. I love it. Glad to see you are ahead of the game. Okay, for preparing, something that I notice most of my clients, not all, don't do in videos at all is to have a very clear introduction and exit. Donald says, tripod keeps your fingers away from the lens. Yes, that is true. You sometimes see people covering the lens with their finger on accident. A clear introduction and exit is key to a great video, whether it's live or not, because you want people to see your credibility is established in the very beginning. And you also want to close the video out in a way where people remember who you are and they know how to contact you. Having a clear intro and exit, excuse me, is part of really feeling more confident and comfortable on camera. So when I have clients that I work with and I help them create live videos, the first thing we do is we come up with a very clear introduction and a clear exit. Now, this doesn't take a lot of time at all. It's maybe a few seconds. And a lot of people still want to skip it because they say they don't want to be promotional, but don't think of it as being promotional. Think of it as really identifying yourself as the expert in the video. I'm going to share an example of my introduction in every video that I do and my exit. And then I want to see if anyone here or a few people can volunteer and share their own, or if you don't have your own yet, just make it up now and we'll work together with you to establish the introduction and exit. So here's my introduction for my live videos. Hi everyone, Melody Tao here with Marketing Melody, Marketing Your Way to Success. Welcome to Marketing Success Live. Today I'm going to be sharing the top 3 ways to go live on Facebook. Okay, so that is my introduction. I added on some things that you don't have to. So I said Marketing Success Live. That is a name of a live show that I do. And I also talked about the topic. But really the thing that you want to establish is the very beginning. That's, hi, it's Melody Tao here with Marketing Melody, Marketing Your Way to Success. That is my whole intro. It has my name, my company, and my tagline. You don't have to have a tagline, but that helps me identify myself to people that are watching. So that is my introduction, and here is my exit. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, it's Melody Tao with Marketing Melody, marketing your way to success, and I will see you in the next video. If you want more information, log on to my Facebook page at Marketing Melody. Okay, so I ended it clearly with my name, my company, my tagline, and I gave a way for people to contact me. In real estate, you might want to say your phone number, but you want to have the same exit almost, and then a way for people to use a call to action to either call you, click on a link, or do some sort of action. So does anyone want to volunteer and try an introduction so that we can see? Don't all raise your hands at once. Let me know if anyone wants to volunteer and try out an introduction. I'm going to start calling on people if no one does anything. I'm going to give 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm going to call on Allie. I don't know if Allie's still here, because I know Allie and I have worked together. So Allie's a wonderful client of mine, and I know that she's done some live videos. So.
Well, good morning. Allie Jackson here with Escrow Options, and we're here to meet your escrow needs. And as we wrap up the video, I'll say thank you so much for joining us today. Allie Jackson, a smooth escrow is right up our alley.
I love that. So you have that fun tagline at the end as well. So that was very simple. And again, I know that Allie has done some live videos before, so I kind of picked on her. But even if you haven't, what I recommend doing is that I recommend that you record yourself, and my clients hate doing this, but you have to do it to make sure that you are sounding the way you want. Record yourself doing your introduction and record yourself doing your exit. Okay, so I'm going to challenge you guys all to do that. If you can record yourself, then you can do it live, but it doesn't have to be live when you record yourself. Just record it on your phone, watch it, and make sure you're not talking too. I know I talk fast. Make sure you're not talking too fast. Make sure you're sounding clear, and make sure that it sounds the way that you like. So even though it's live, it can still be prepared. So if you're more prepared, your live videos will seem much more professional, and they'll be easier for you to do when you go live. So thank you so much, Allie, for jumping in to do that. Okay, the next thing for preparation is that you want to create an outline with 2 to 3 main talking points in your live video. I always recommend live videos be at least 5 to 10 minutes. If it's too short, people might not have the time to tune in, but I also keep it under 30 minutes. By having these bullet points, it really allows me to understand the order that I'll be going in, and it gives me an idea of what I'll be saying next. When you're live, sometimes you forget what you're saying next. So even though this is a live webinar, I have this PowerPoint, right? So this PowerPoint guides me. So I'm not having to memorize everything. But in a live video, you don't have a PowerPoint. It's okay to have some notes though on your phone or on a notepad right next to you. So if I'm giving a live video and I'm talking about the top 5 or I like to choose 3, no more than 3, to keep it short and sweet. Top 3 things that you need to do to get more Instagram followers. Okay, I'll have bullet points jotted down. Number 1, use hashtags. Number 2, interact with other people's content. And number 3, promote your Instagram on other channels. Okay, so these are 3 points. I know now when I'm doing my video, I just have to go through these 3 points. And if I lose my train of thought, I go back to my notes and I go back to the 3 points I'm going to be talking about. So having 2 to 3 main talking points is really helpful. If you're doing a live video tour, especially if you have a big home that you're touring, I would recommend choosing 2 or 3 main areas to focus on. So if there is a house in the backyard is really a great part of the selling points, maybe go to the backyard. If you know that there's a really big kitchen with a huge kitchen island and a huge sinks, and you want to feature that, maybe choose the kitchen. And then maybe there is another area, maybe the garage is huge and there's extra storage, you can fit 3 cars, whatever that, I mean, San Diego, I don't know if these homes exist, but if there's a huge home and choose 3 different areas and highlight those. So you're not showing the whole entire home, but this gives you an idea of when you do the walkthrough with your video, what areas to go into. So you're not stuck kind of scrambling to think, do I go here? Do I go there? So making sure the main points are written down is really helpful. I've got one more thing here, the camera angle. Okay, so this is why I recommend it kind of doing a test before and also using the tripod. If the camera angle isn't good, this is really going to decrease the quality of video. So for example, on Zoom, this is Zoom, but sometimes you do it on your computer. Sometimes people have the camera like this. You can only see the top of their head, right? Or sometimes you're looking down, so you're looking at my lap or whatever, and you can't see. So when you're holding your phone, especially, you want to make sure that it's not too high, it's not too low. So testing that out is really important. If you're using the tripod, you can set it up and do a couple test recordings and make sure that the camera is facing you, so you're not cutting yourself off or anything like that. Part of preparing, though, is practicing. You see a lot of people go live on camera and they seem like they're perfectly polished and they just, wow, it looks perfect. It's because a lot of times they prepare and practice, or they've been doing it for a while. So people will see my live videos and they'll think, oh, wow, how come she can just go on live and do that? It's because I've been doing live videos for years and years and years. So it didn't just start like this. I will share, maybe in the next webinar, I will show one of the first videos I made and I cringed looking at it. How many of you cringe watching your own videos or watching yourself on camera? Let me know if you feel that way, because I hate watching myself on camera, and especially watching my old videos. I like, what was I doing? But you know what? It's okay, because you want to practice and improve. All right, so before I move on, I'm going to go through some of the chat. I see some great conversations going on here. And Ali says, excellent. Intros and exits can be used at all networking events. I love it. So this is when someone says, what do you do for a living? Then you have a very clear introduction on what you do. That's a sentence. Bridget says, do you typically introduce yourself several times throughout the video? So Bridget, I usually just do it at the very beginning and at the end. Now, if there are a lot of people that are jumping on live video, for example, if I'm halfway through and I see there's 10 people that jumped in, I might take a break to kind of reset the space and say, and I see a lot of people have jumped in live. I want to do a quick reintroduction of myself. My name is Melody Tao with Marketing Melody. And then something like that, if there's a lot of new people, I might do. Otherwise, in the beginning and at the end. Hopefully that answers your question. Linda's question, if you are doing a tour, do you start with saying hi and pointing the camera at yourself, then go to the different rooms? If you're doing a tour, I do recommend starting it with yourself and introducing yourself so that you have that clear introduction still do that intro so that people know who you are. And Ali says, if you attend a Chamber of Commerce events, BNI or Let Tip, or other small business networking groups, anything like that, you need the same thing, an intro and exit, also called an elevator pitch. Yes, I love that. So elevator pitch, it is, but on the live video, make sure you do that as well. And Alex says, I also hate myself on camera with my Midwestern twang in my voice, but that does make you stand out. So if you kind of have a little accent or something, it makes you stand out. And if you go live enough, people will recognize you and they'll see your voice and they'll, oh, wow, Ali's live again. So thank you guys for sharing all your insight. Let's go on to the next one, which is promote. This is the third kind of main, oh, you know what? Practice. I didn't have that up, but I did mention practicing. Promoting your live video. If you're going to put all this effort into going live, you want to make sure that people are watching your live video, right? But keep in mind, even if no one tunes in live, that's okay, because you can repurpose your live video and use it for other things. So if you feel discouraged because no one tuned in live, don't get discouraged. Just know that you've created a great piece of content that you can use in other places after you go live. So before going live, a couple things you can do are you can create event invites on Facebook. And after I go through this slide, I'm going to show you different examples I've pulled up on my computer. Create an event invite to treat your live video like a true virtual event. So get people excited about it. They can RSVP, they'll get reminders, and they will know to tune in. People usually forget if they just see a post somewhere, but create a live event where people can maybe sign up on Facebook, or even if you want them to register on a Ticket Leap or an Eventbrite somewhere to get their information. In one of my previous webinars, we talked about getting people's information and really converting people from Facebook and Instagram to your database. So that's what I'm talking about with the live events or virtual live events. Also, you can share it on social media, promote it across all your channels. If you have a newsletter, put it on your newsletter. Make sure you're promoting it again though it is an exciting live and virtual event that you can tune into, and that you'll be sharing some exciting news, or you have a guest, and just hype it up. Make it, again, a true virtual event. And then repurposing the live video. This is the last thing I'll go over, and then I'm going to show you different examples on the computer, and I'm going to have one more person volunteer to show their intro and exit, because you guys have had time to think about it. So I'm going to call on one more person if no one volunteers. You can upload it to other platforms. You can use the videos for frequently asked questions, and you can also save the video so that you can make sure that you can post it on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook or somewhere else, wherever you're not doing it. So saving your video is really important. If you're going live on Facebook and Instagram, at the very end, it gives you the option to download the video. Make sure you download the video. Now, sometimes the challenge is space. You might not have enough space on your phone or your computer. So I do recommend going through your phone or getting some sort of like a cloud account, so you have enough room to save all of your videos, making sure that you save it so you have access to editing it later. All right, so now that I have gone through all these points, before we go into a recap and some other information, I want to share a couple examples of things that we've talked about. Are you guys able to still see my screen? I stopped the share. All right, here we go. So these are some examples I pulled up. Oh wait, I don't think I'm sharing it with you guys yet. Oh, you know what? Before I forget, this is a link to my Amazon store. I'm putting it in the chat, and that has the link for the tripod and light ring I recommend. You don't have to buy these ones. It just gives you an example. I try to choose affordable ones that I felt were pretty good quality. So there's the link to my Amazon store. Feel free to save it and go back to it later to look up the equipment that I recommended. I will also send a follow-up email and send that link in case you're not able to get it now. So it's in the chat. All right, do you guys see the, excuse me, do you guys see my screen again? So this is, do you see this YouTube channel right here? This is Tamara Thorpe. She's a client of mine, and she is a leadership coach, the Millennials Mentor, and she does a live show once a month called Mentoring Matters, okay? So this is a live show on Facebook, and she's done it for a while, so she has a setup where she has the name of the show, she has the different things you can put on there, like the names of the people. Now, you don't have to do this, but what she does, actually, this is what I help her do, is that she creates these little video clips that she pulls from her live stream. And these are 1 to 2 minute little clips of golden nuggets of information that people shared on her live show. Now she uses these video clips and she repurposes it. And now she's able to post these on her blog posts, on her email newsletters. But she's taken little clips out of each live video and she creates smaller videos with it, right?
And for me, in my business.
So this is something that you can do with your live video. It's a 30-minute live show she does once a month. And then with it, she's able to get at least 3 pieces of content that she can repurpose after the live show. She can use this to promote her business. Since these are golden nuggets and really key points that people mention, she's able to use it to promote their business. She's usually able to promote her events with it. This is one example of things you can do with a live video, is to repurpose it, and she posts this on YouTube. So here is another example, something we talked about. This is a live interview video. This is a mortgage company, Gaylord Hanson, and I did a live video interview with them that was on Facebook. I spoke at an event at their office, again, before everything shut down last February. And after that, I did a live interview video. Now, this live interview video is me interviewing the owner of the company. And it's a great way for me to showcase what they're doing, but also for them to feature me as well on some of their marketing material. So this is kind of a cross promotion live interview video. And if you're going to be doing live interview videos, just make sure you prep your guests and let them know, hey, it's only going to be 10 minutes. So make sure that if I cut you off, I'm not really cutting you off. I'm just trying to keep us on track. Prep them with as much information as possible so that they don't feel intimidated or they don't feel nervous when they're going live. another example. Now, this is a friend of mine who's a real estate agent. She is doing a tour.
Also keeps the space
so just wanted to show this example of doing a tour and showing kind of the bright spaces.
Down
now here I can tell that she doesn't have a stabilizer. So you might want to get a stabilizer because it's a little bit shaky, but you can see it's pretty bright and the lighting is clear. She shows the kitchen. She shows different areas of the home. This is just an example of a live video tour for a real estate agent. And here I talked about really turning your live shows or your live streams into true virtual events. This is an example of my friend Amy, who also has a social media company. She focuses on helping business coaches and coaches, and she does a live show. I believe it's once a week, but you can see she creates a whole Facebook event for it so that people can register for the event. People can sign up, they can get notified. And it's an event that she creates, even though it's really just a stream on Facebook Live. So those are my examples that I have to show. Now think about any questions you have. I'm going to go over a couple bonus things that I want to mention. And then at the end, we'll stay for Q&A if you want to stay. But hopefully this quick introduction course gives you an idea of how to get started, helps you feel less intimidated, and it gives you some tools on getting started with live video. So let me know if there's any questions, and I'm going to go through a couple more resources and things that I have to offer. Talked about repurposing already. Okay, so I've been offering this every month after every webinar because it's been really, really popular. So I'm bringing it back again, but I do host a monthly marketing success mastermind event. This is completely free if you're already a client of mine, but if you're not, here are the details. It is going to help you establish your social media goals. It is an event that will help you develop a consistent marketing strategy, and we will go through how to do this on Wednesday. May 26th is the next one from 3 to 4:30 p.m. So put it on your calendar. If you're already a client, I see Bridget's in here, a couple of my other clients, and it's free. If you're a client that is in one of my 10 or 20 session packages, it's free. If you're not, the ticket is $99 to attend, and it's not a webinar where I'm talking to you. It's a webinar or more of a mastermind where we're interacting and engaging with each other. So we all go around the room, we share our ideas. And again, it's not me teaching you slides. It's us working together with your marketing, and it's helping you develop some of these processes, help you build up some of these campaigns together. So that's the benefit of it. Last month we had one and it sold out. I do cap it at 10 people. So I sold out. I actually ended up selling 11 tickets. And so someone dropped out. So this does sell out pretty quickly because it is an event that I make affordable, but it's also really engaging and interactive. So when you leave this event, you will have a bunch of things to work on. You will have things that will help you with your marketing. And oh, here we go. The other thing that wasn't on here, it will help you create revenue generating content. So I'll go through with you how to create this content together. It's not going to help you map up the whole year, but you will walk away with a couple things that you can start doing immediately. And again, it's the next one is May 26th from 3 to 4:30 p.m. and it's $99 to attend. As a thank you guys for being here, I would like to, and thank you to SDAR for sponsoring this. I'd like to offer you $20 off if you register before the end of this webinar. So it's a quick way to register for that. Again, the timing is right there. Go ahead and just send the payment if you want to sign up. Excuse me, to my Venmo or my Zelle, or if you want to give me a call after or send me a message, I can take a credit card over the phone. But just as a quick way, if you want to sign up, save the date. Again, I only have 10 spots available. And last month we sold out immediately when I posted this. So it's definitely a great way for you to get some one-on-one support without having to pay a higher fee for one-on-one support, which you can do as well. But this is a great way to kind of build some rapport and network with other people. It's not all real estate agents, although I will say last month, almost everyone who signed up was in real estate or in some form of real estate business, whether it was escrow or whether it was title or something along those lines. All right, so let's do a quick recap. So these were the things that we talked about today, was the live video style, right? So if you have not chosen a style, choose a live video style to start with. They can be demo videos, live tours, interviews, or educational videos. Next thing is that you want to get started with your preparation, which includes your introduction and your exit. So if you don't have that, you're going to establish that. And then the next thing is the equipment. making sure you have the basic equipment such as good lighting, light ring possibly, and possibly your tripod. And then we talked about promoting and repurposing your video. So this is a bonus course that I have to offer. I just launched a brand new LinkedIn learning course called Live Video Strategies. It is similar to this webinar, but it takes it to the next level. And I really walk you through step-by-step going live on video. So it's even more in depth than this webinar today. If you want more details on that, I have a brand new course on LinkedIn Learning, and here's how to access that course. So the course is free if you are a premium member. If you're not a premium member, I believe it's a small fee, like $29 that you pay directly to LinkedIn. So it doesn't go to me, it goes to LinkedIn. However, I do have a special link as a thank you that I'd love to send to you guys for being here. So if you don't have a premium account and you want access to it, you have to do the following things to get the free link. You have to add me on LinkedIn if we're not already connected. You have to send me a message directly on LinkedIn asking for the course, because I have to reply back with a special link. So if you don't send a message, I won't be able to have the link to get to you. And then the third thing is that when I reply back, you will get a special link that's valid for 24 hours. LinkedIn is the one that sets this rule, not me. So 24 hours is plenty of time to watch the course. It's about 40 minutes. I'll give you guys a secret. I like to watch it on a faster speed. So I finish it in about 30 minutes. You can listen to it at night or in the morning, but you'll have 24 hours when you get the link to watch the course. And after that, it'll make you pay for it. Again, I think it's $20, $29, something pretty inexpensive, but I do want to offer it to you for free if you want to watch the course that kind of extends on what we talked about today. So that's what I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for being here. Again, if you want to sign up for the Mastermind event in May, you get the discount. It's May 26th, 3 to 4:30. Send the $79 for the discount. Otherwise, you can register at any time as long as tickets are still available, but you won't get the discount. And feel free to let me know if there's any questions. So before I sign off, what questions do you guys have for me? How can I help you more with your live video process or anything with social media? Do not be shy asking questions. Anyone? I have Donald still here, Bridget still here, April still here. I see Albert, Maggie's, Allie, Tim, you guys are all still here. I never figured out who the Galaxy 99 or Galaxy S9 is. So if you want to unmute yourself, let us know who you are. I would love to figure out the mystery person. And a couple of questions that I see coming in the chat. If I'm doing a live video outside, when should I do that for lighting? Okay. So I would say if you're outside, just make sure it's not super sunny where the light is shining completely on your face and you're just too hot to go live. Okay, so maybe in the evening time when the sun isn't as bright, that might be a good time to go live. And also making sure that you check the noise during the time that you're going live. So the noise is very important. And let's see, Donald says, thank you, great stuff. You're welcome. Linda says, love your classes, girl. Thank you so much for being here, Linda. Always happy to have you. Albert says, this is a great start. Thank you. So if you guys like these webinars and you are a part of SDAR, I don't know if they have surveys, but feel free to reach out to them. Let them know, hey, we love Melody's webinars. We want to bring her back. That way they keep bringing me back. So I've been working with them for over a year now. We've probably done, 8 or 9 webinars, but hopefully they'll have me do more. But the only way that they'll have me come back is that if you guys let them know, hey, I really enjoyed this webinar with Melody. It was really interactive. I will tell you, and you guys can probably attest to this, my Zoom numbers have dropped. I think people are zoomed out. So when I used to have 100 people register, now we're having 50 people register, which is still good, but I think people are just having Zoom fatigue. So thank you guys all so much for watching. If there's any other questions, let me know. If you want to sign up for the Mastermind course, feel free to let me know. You're welcome to text me or email me if you want to do that privately. Otherwise, you can register right here and I'll get the information to you. Again, last month we sold out and we had a great audience there. But otherwise, thank you all so much for being here. Melody Tao here with Marketing Melody, Marketing Your Way to Success. Yeah, I'm messing up my own tagline. Marketing Your Way to Success. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.